Happy November from Western Pennsylvania. It is snowing. Um, Last night we got enough snow that it completely covered the ground. Actually, a little bit dicey. School buses had a hard time getting to school on time, and it's snowing again. So, what better to do than a little walk through the garden, show you what's still growing, show you what we're trying to do. And right now, we've been working on getting the chickens moved in under the high tunnel. We have one more thing to do so that they're ready. Well, one more thing we have to do, along with a couple other things we'd like to do to get them moved in. So let's do a quick garden tour, and then I need to get to work. One of the coolest things I think about plants is what can survive in the freezing temperatures. So most of what couldn't survive has already been cut out, thrown in the compost. But the things that have survived 20 degrees, we've got some lettuce there. These are some turnips. I may just be leaving them to go to seed. More turnips that look absolutely fine. Kale doesn't care about freezing temperatures or snow on its head. Now, setup is not perfect here, but I have some frost fabric over some hoops. If I go in here, got some cabbage hiding under this tunnel, little low tunnel. It's doing absolutely fine. This broccoli that was planted actually back in March is still doing okay. Now the Swiss chard isn't thrilled at the moment. This may or may not make it through. We'll have to wait and see. Over in here, I didn't have enough frost fabric to cover that cauliflower. At the moment, that seems like it's doing okay. And of course, as all things work, I was out here after dark trying to get some frost fabric over certain things, and kind of having to make a decision as to what do we make sure that we cover with the material we have. So the lettuce did not get covered here. Depending on what the weather does from this point on, we may be able to harvest a little bit of it. I might try to get a little bit of coverage here. I might have to buy some more frost fabric, but we'll see. And over here, our broccoli grew so big this year that I was trying to build, again, after dark, the night before it's supposed to get really cold. I was trying to do a tunnel, but I couldn't quite pull it off. So I just set it on top, but look at that beautiful little head of broccoli. So I may try to figure something out. What I'm using is just that 9-gauge wire, and with as tall as this broccoli grew, and kind of the way it spread out, like I couldn't quite figure out how to make that 9-gauge wire stand up. I think I'm going to need to do like an arch and like a crisscross. I'm going to play with that in the snow, because why not? So I just love to see what can still be green when there's snow falling on your head and the plant's head. So last year our fall garden was a complete and total flop. This year we've got a high tunnel of cabbage, another high tunnel of cabbage, and I'm hoping soon, not high tunnel, low tunnel, a low tunnel of broccoli that will continue to produce for us at least for another couple months. So that's the goal. That's what we're trying to do. The other thing I'm going to do, our chickens live in a high tunnel of sorts during the winter. I need to get this space covered with berry netting that protects our chickens from the aerial predators. The other thing that I need to do that isn't as urgent as I need to get a lot of leaves in here as a deep bedding to give the chickens cleaner space, excuse my glove, to give the chickens a cleaner space, allow them to mix their manure in with that deep bedding, make absolutely fantastic compost for us, and then it just keeps a cleaner environment for them in general. So that's what we have going on. I may try to film at least a little bit, but for the most part, I just need to get this done. And, you know, this time of year, there's just not a ton of daylight. So that's the plan. Thank you for joining us on this snowy November garden tour. I've never been able to do a November garden tour. All right, we are losing daylight, but I got the berry netting covering the chicken run, which was the main thing I had to get done in order to be able to move them. So chickens are getting moved in tonight. All right, we love having the chickens out in the chicken tractor, but as soon as water starts to freeze and snow starts to fly, it is just so much easier to get them inside, under cover, on deep bedding. Now you gonna help me? The chickens are already in bed, so this might work kind of nicely. Ma'am. Okay. It's okay, ma'am. It's okay. Chicken number 1. Okay, you ready? Chicken number 2. Let's see if I can carry 2. It's okay. It's okay. Couple chickens. Yeah. All right, a little bit of creepy, but hey, it was just Halloween. Chickens are in. It amazes me how quickly they get themselves settled in a space that they haven't been in since last winter. But I just wanted to show you kind of where they settled themselves. So here they are. Got a couple roosting up there, which we actually need to block because that's the nesting box back there. But they're not laying right now, so that really doesn't matter. And then we've got a row of them settled right there. Everybody is doing just fine. There's something that's just good for my soul to be outside and working till dark, no matter what the weather. So, finished the project, got the run covered in berry netting, got the chickens moved, still have a little more work to do, but it feels so good to have that done, to have some of the stuff in the garden covered, and I'm excited to see what this fall brings.